Well, I think it's important to be as active as you can. I was an athlete in high school, ran track and played basketball, attended the University of Florida on a basketball scholarship, although I later switched to track. And in fact, because of my college experiences on the University of Florida track team, I ended up writing a trilogy of novels about a runner, starting out with Once a Runner, which was published in 1977. So I've always been involved with running, basketball, active lifestyle. Well, I was suffering from atrial fibrillation when I came to the Cardiac and Vascular Institute. I was not particularly aware of atrial fibrillation myself, but it showed up on the EKGs and so forth.
And I saw him just last year back, and he was in persistent atrial fibrillation at that time. And he was doing pretty well. He was able to play tennis, fairly good round of tennis, although he noticed if he was playing singles and really had a long point that he kind of could tell the difference. But other than that, he'd do well, and he was kayaking and had things to stay active.
In addition to that, my cardiologist, Michael Dillon, has been monitoring an enlarged part of my ascending aorta, and the only way to correct that is surgery. And so that's what we did, and it's now been about 3 weeks since I've had the surgery. I remember specifically I was taking a kayak trip down the Swanee River last spring, and it was 15 to 20 miles of paddling every day, and then setting up camp at night. And I remember being surprised at how exhausted I would get just setting the camp up. Normally that would not be a big issue with me, but I found myself having to stop and rest. That to me was a sign that I was really getting to the point where the surgery was going to be something that would probably allow me to get back to my former level of energy and activity and so forth. Being very active and trying to stay fit has had a very definite impact on my recovery from a recent surgery at North Florida Regional. And it's, I'm sure, made the entire process of dealing with atrial fibrillation a great deal easier than it would be for somebody who leads a sedentary lifestyle. And as far as I can tell, everything about the hospital, the staff, the facilities, and everything have just been first rate. Absolutely.
I think the fact that he's been in good shape was a big boon to his overall outcomes, okay? And he stays active, and I think that's good for anybody, and any cardiac patient. The more active they can be, the more it helps them long term.
The American Heart Association does things that no other entity or organization does. It disseminates the latest information and procedures throughout the medical community, and it communicates the latest knowledge about heart health to the public in general. In addition, their program of planting public defibrillator devices in public spaces around the country, if it has not already saved a number of lives, most certainly will in the future. I would just say to cardiac patients in general to try to stay as active as you can. You may not do all the activities I do, but almost everybody can do something, even if it's just walking around the block. And believe me, there have been times when I've been debilitated enough that was all I could do. But you have to start somewhere, and it will stand you in good stead if you ever run into a situation like I did and you need to recover from major surgery like that.